Hey everybody, welcome to Ellis Mowers. I appreciate y'all watching as always. We're going to make pretty much one good push mower out of two here. Got a good engine and a bad deck, and a good deck and no engine. So we're going to take this engine off of this weed eater and put it onto this Craftsman. The engine runs, just needs, you know, the maintenance items like an oil change and whatnot. But the deck is broken on it. I don't know if that means it's got a bent crankshaft or if it just wallowed its way loose. But we're going to find out, and we'll get started. Turn two push mowers into one, essentially. So let's do it. So let me show you what we're working with. I've got a Weed Eater 21-inch and a Craftsman 21-inch. They're pretty much the same exact lawnmower, just in different color. The Craftsman's probably got a little bit thicker gauge deck. The Weed Eater has an issue with the deck in the rear here. It's broken on the back. I don't know if the actual deck just broke. This is relatively common for these, but this is what, 9613, or excuse me, that's a 961. So it was made in 2004, 12/13/04. This Craftsman deck was made in 6/04/04, so it's the same model year, or the same model year deck, just painted a different color and with a little bit more heavy duty wheels on it. Still got I guess I got all the hubcaps on it still, don't I? I do. This will turn out to be a decent mower when I'm finished with it. I don't know about the engine cover situation. I don't know if I've got one that will translate, but might just throw it on there. People really don't care as long as it cuts grass when you're under $100. New blade, relatively. Still got the paint on it, so that's good. I don't know if the blade's slightly bent or if it's the actual shaft or if the bolts just walled their way out. But we'll get into it and see what we need to do with it. I can show you that this thing runs real quick. I don't want to get it too hot before I start working on it. So it's running pretty fast. So I'm guessing that I got an issue with the governor on it. We'll take the air filter off real quick. Oh, it's got a bunch of grass and junk up in this thing. That'll do it. Air filter's a little dirty. It can be cleaned pretty easily. think it might be alright once we get the deck on it. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the I'll get everything set up here for you, and we'll continue on with this. All right, y'all. So I've taken the handle off already and swapped it over to the other mower because that was a little bit easier than taking the switching the cable and stuff around. So we'll take off the blade, 9/16. It's one of these universal blades too. I might see if I can find a different one, because I can use this on an MTD, since they're the norm now essentially. Let's see. Can't tell if the shaft is bent or not. We'll find out once we put it on the new deck. 1/2 inch next. And these usually have like little washers or okay. Number 2 up here. One of them was loose already. Must have been the bottom one. I'm gonna come over here and hold the engine while I do the last one here. Okay. I'll take these bolts and put them aside real quick. Okay, so that's that. We're just kind of put this deck aside because I will use the wheels and stuff off of it for something else. I could essentially turn one backwards and use it, but I've got so many decks here that it's not even worth it. And then you're going to have the cracking going on, and it might reach over here, and you know, this area is probably weakened and wall it out. I mean, it's not worth saving in its condition, considering that I have all of that to put and that to put engines in. So this engine is off. We'll go ahead and I got the other one on the lift, or the cart. We'll go ahead and fasten it to the new deck. Alright, y'all, I've got the engine mounted. What I like to do to give me some working room is put the engine, or put the front of the mower on a jack stand, get the engine on there. It's enough to where it won't tilt back on you. So let me grab the bolts. I'm going to add these little spacer washers, which should have been on the other one. I don't know where they went. But we're going to put them on the bolts in the, usually I think they go on the ones in the rear. It's funny because they only put them on 2 and they don't put them on all 3, which I find kind of strange. And they're always a little tricky to first get started. Like I said, I'm going to put them on the 2 in the rear because they seem to be the ones that deal with the most stress. Alright, and number 3, I'm just going to leave alone in the front. I feel like it's the front and one of the back ones, but as long as you got them on 2, that usually helps, as long as the shaft isn't bent, which I don't think it is. I'll give it a look in a minute. We're going to put these in. Easily. Okay, number 3. Always try to be easy because you don't want to strip them things out. I only had that impact on number 2 out of 3. So that's on there. I'm going to go ahead and take it off. I'm going to find a blade for it that's correct to this. It's not a universal because I like to try and keep my universal blades if at all possible. So, do that. Catch up with you in just a second. Alright, so I found the correct blade for it, the OEM blade, with the 2 holes and then the one in the middle instead of that universal blade. Let's see what we end up having here. I hope we don't have a bent shaft, but we'll find out here. Yeah. We have a shaft that's ever so slightly bent. I mean, just the slightest. So, let me grab a hammer. I found the high spot from what I can tell. I'm going to give it a little bit of encouragement. Here we go. Probably does not need much, honestly. Let's see how that fares. That is a little bit better, and that's totally doable. Again, it was running way too fast as well, so that didn't help matters. So that's good. It obviously needs oil. Look how dark the oil is there. So I'm going to go ahead and do all the maintenance items and stuff on it. Blade's already sharp enough. I'm going to get the oil changed and clean out the air filter and just clean it up in general. And I'll give you all a final look before I sell it off. Alright, I want to take you on the journey of the pull rope here. Why not? I think I got some grass up under here, so this one's got a couple of 5/16 you got to take off the top here, or at least one. And then it's just a, I guess it's just a clip that holds this cover on. There we go. And one in the back somewhere. There we go. So that comes off. And then some 3/8. Comes right off. We got a bunch of grass and stuff down here, so we do want to clean this off while I'm in here. Just put it right here for right now, yes. Because this will make the engine run hot. Cause a lot of issues. So I'm gonna get all that grass out of here and we'll put the pull rope on next. Alright y'all, that's the finished product of this. I went ahead and put the pull rope in. It's so easy. It's super easy. Y'all seen me do it a lot of times, so spared y'all the time on this one. Pretty simple engine swap. Gave it a couple of whacks on the crankshaft just to straighten it out just a little bit, and it's perfectly usable, perfectly functional lawnmower. Sell it for 80 bucks and it'll work well. So let's start it up. Still wants to dance a little bit on the concrete, but it's not too bad. Once you get it out in the grass, it'll be just fine. So, you know, we'll just roll with it. It'll be good, and should be a good mower for somebody. So I appreciate y'all watching as always. Pretty much just took this engine off of that weed eater, put it here on the Craftsman, and made a good mower out of it. So thank y'all again, and I will catch y'all on the next video. See you then.